do you not sound arrogant when you talk about yourself? I mean, I always say ask questions and get to know people, but you want them to get to know you too, so you want to talk about yourself. And also, you want to share your accomplishments with your good friends without feeling dismissed. We're going to talk about both. But first, let's talk about sharing joy with your good friends and then feeling dismissed. That has happened. I think that's happened to everybody. I mean, say you just got a master's degree, or you just gave a wonderful speech, or you got a promotion at work, whatever, and you're just bursting at the seams to tell somebody. And you share your joy with your good friend, and that person is like, oh, okay, well, this is what happened to me last week. I cannot believe it. And they go on and on. And you were like so excited to talk to them, and then they're like dismissing your joy. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. Well, what's happening to me is much more important. That's what the signal is they're giving out. So I'm not saying drop the friend, but your good friends are going to want to share in your accomplishments. So if this person is basically just going on and on about themselves, then you want to redesignate the friendship. You know, they're in your friend group, so you have to see them, and that's fine, and that's a shallow friendship, and you talk about them, you talk to them, and you're around them, but you're not going to share your joy. You're not going to really listen to their problems either, because, otherwise it's a one-way friendship. So you just make it really surfacey, and you talk about light things when you see them. You don't share personal information, and you don't wait around for them to spill all their problems to you, because you're done with that. You're like, okay, really? I'm so sorry that happened to you. Okay, I gotta run. Sorry, see ya. That's what the friendship has turned into. And that's okay. We have all sorts of friends. We have the deep friendships, we have the shallow friendship. So you just redesignated that's a shallow friendship. And you know that you can't count on this person. And, they're not really going to share in your joy. I don't know if they're just totally self-consumed, or they're a little jealous of you and it makes them upset when you have an accomplishment because they're not doing well in your life, whatever the reason. Even if you're not having a great time of things, you want to be proud of your friends. All right, so now let's get on to people that you don't know well, and you want to talk about yourself because you've asked all these questions of them, and you want to give some input into your life. Say they're talking about how they went scuba diving, and you might want to talk about how you had a really epic fail with your first scuba diving lesson and you would never do it again, and what you learned from that, and the hobby that you've taken up in its place. I mean, it's okay. You want to share yourself with people. You want to talk about yourself. You want them to get to know you. And just because they don't ask a lot of questions doesn't mean they don't care. It could mean they're shy. It could be they're nervous. But I would say give nuggets of information so you're not going on and on, so you don't seem arrogant. If you go on and on about every single one of your accomplishments and you don't let them get a word in edgewise, yeah, that's being arrogant. But if you share even your disasters and your funny moments in your life and things that don't go well and people can relate to you, that's what you want. You want them to relate and be able to find some common ground with you. And we've all failed at things. We've all had problems. We've all had funny situations. So the point is, don't go on and on. And yes, share what happened to you that's great. Say somebody else is looking for a job and you just found a great one. And it's not being arrogant to share how you got that job, but you could give them tips about what made your interview successful, rather than saying, oh, yeah, I did this, and they love me, and oh my gosh, I'm rising to the top. No, say, look, this is what worked for me, and I think it might work for you too. Why don't you try this? And that way, again, you're trying to help, you're talking about your own situation, but you're also trying to help them. And oh, I just remember, especially when my son was little, parents would like brag about their kids. And I got into that trap too, especially now. I just got this great job. I'm so excited. But anyway, some of these other parents, their kids haven't gotten jobs. And so I'm trying to just kind of quell my excitement and, yeah, you got a good job, and not go on and on and on about it. Because then I feel like, oh no, I don't want to rub it in their face. So, and especially when my son was little, these parents, they would just go on and on about every little accomplishment. Well, my kid walked way before everybody else's kid, and oh my gosh. So you know the difference between relating to somebody and sitting there and going on and bragging. There's a big difference. But don't be afraid to share your accomplishments, because your true friends will care, and to talk about your life to people so that you can find a common ground and really relate.